brain and get in my bag yet. Now I'm going up.
Yeah, so I went to therapy like way back. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people yo, I've got a lot of like story times. Well, I only have one right now, but on my channel, and I've got a few that I wanna like share and stuff. But cause my life was crazy. My life was crazy. But yeah, at some point, people kept telling me to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because my life was all over the place. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Before I found Christ, because now I'm a saved man and all that. But my life was all over the place, right? And then I went to therapy because I was like, why not? Everybody's telling me to go to therapy. I went out there. I went to see. It was a female therapist, 5 star in Ottawa, right? Ottawa is pretty close to where I live. It's not like right here, but it's pretty close. And yeah, so she's 5 star. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go see her. You know what I'm saying? I go out there. It's a pretty penny. We'll just say that like it was expensive. And I go out there, I'm chilling. She's like, yo, da, 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 da. We start talking, right? And she's like, you can either sit because it was my first time, so I'm like, yo, am I sitting or I'm saying like, am I sitting or am I just sleeping on the couch and you know what I'm saying like on TV? And she's like, you could do whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So I sat on the seat. I start like she's like, so why'd you wanna the first question she's like, why'd you wanna come to therapy? I'm like, look, I want to come to therapy because blah blah blah. I started explaining my story, right? And the whole time I'm looking at her, I'm like, she's not really, she's not really explaining anything or saying anything. She keeps asking me, how does that make me feel, or like how did I react to that, or. And I looked at her, I was like, huh? Like, is this all therapy is? I mean, she was like, I remember a specific situation, right? I'm telling her about how somebody I knew ended up how can I say this without being like, you know what I'm saying, on Twitch. Well, ended up being unalived, I guess. Somebody I knew ended up being unalived, and it was somebody like pretty close to me. So it was a big hit. So I'm telling her this, and then she asked me who it was. Like, I'm explaining everything, and then she's like, how did that make you feel?" I'm looking dead in her eyes. I'm like, huh? She's like, how did I make you feel? How did my man getting unalive make me feel? She's like, yeah, cause some people cope with trauma differently. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, like, what's up with you? I told you the whole story, and then you're asking me how that made me feel. Like, I don't know how it made me feel. Like, it was something that happens. I don't know. That's what I told her. I was like, I don't know. Like, it was something that happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to move on. I had to do what I had to do. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I had to do what I had to do back then. You know. So, and she's looking at me. She's like, okay. And once you did what you had to do, like, how did that make you feel? Like, I'm like, man, if that's all you're about to ask me, like, we're not going anywhere. Cause like it was just something that happens. Like, what do you want me to say? How did that make me feel? Like, it happened. I I did something about it, and I moved on. As simple as that. Like, for me, there's no like. Huh? That is so weird. Or it disappeared. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, yeah. So I was like, I don't know how it made me feel. Yeah, it happened. I dealt with it, and I moved on. Like, it's something that happens in real life. I know some other people that had it way worse than me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say. And then the whole time I'm looking at her, I'm like, is this really all there is to it? Is this what therapy is all about? Like, what is this? Like, you're not helping me. All you keep asking me is like, how did that make me feel? Um, and then at the end, I think she kind of caught on to the fact that like Oh, I don't know. It just happened. Like, there's no like, how did I make me feel? What do you mean? So she caught on to that, and then she was like, how did you react to it, and how did you want to react to it? And I thought that question was so weird because I was like, how did I react to it, and how did I want to react to it? So I asked her. I was like, is this like a morality question? And then she looked at me and she was like, whatever you wanna whatever you wanna perceive the question as. Oh, like, what is this? This is therapy. Look, I'm not gonna be the guy that says that therapy is useless, but hey, therapy is useless, Kenny. Especially for guys, bro. I know. I've talked to a lot of girls and they're like, "Yo, therapy helped me a lot." Da, 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 da. But like, whenever I talk to guys, I talked to one of my mans and he was like, "Yo, therapy helped me," but except him specifically. But well, I mean, it helped him at first, and then as soon as he came out of jail, because therapy was in jail, he came out of jail and he was back to doing whatever he did. So I'm pretty sure it didn't really help him. But like, yeah, therapy is not. It's not for. It's not for men, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think if you're a man, you can really be satisfied by therapy because therapy is really more about like I think. Oh, and I didn't even say the worst part. The worst part is after talking for a while and I keep telling all the effed up things that happened in my life. She started crying. My therapist, my therapist, 5-star therapist, started crying. Like, what you want me to do with this? Now I'm the one asking her, like, how does that make you feel? I mean, I didn't ask that. I was too. What do people say? Like, the woman was too stunned to speak. Yeah, I was too stunned to speak. I'm not a woman, but still, I was wild to me. I was like, why is she crying? Like, I'm the one telling my story. Why are you crying? And then she was like, "Oh, it must have been hard." Da, 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 da. And then my hour was finished, but she kept talking for a little longer. And then at the end, like, she gave me a diagnosis that was insane. Like, she said I was a sociopath. She said the situations in my life made me a sociopath. She said, what else? She said I had antisocial disorder. She said, what else? She said I had. I don't know, bro. It was just a whole bunch of weird stuff. So I didn't go back. I didn't see the point to go back. So I said, yo, you know what? I'm not going back. Whatever she wants to say I have, cool. I don't really mind. I mean, I wanted to rate her like 1 star because how you with therapy, your whole job is to listen to people and listen to the trauma and listen to all types of effed up situations and you cry. I don't know if it's just me, but like I was like, yeah, I'm calm, bro. I'm not going back to therapy after that. Uh, Look, I'm not gonna lie, this was a quick little story time right after that the video we just watched about how I was labeled a sociopath, just like I labeled this cake predator that I just saw a few seconds ago. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Holy Spirit take over my body. Hitting in Christ, demons cannot find me. Walking the spirit, like what?